back for weeks, and now I'm gonna review Pacific Rim Uprising. So Pacific Rim Uprising is a new latest movie, which is you can watch it right now or not, because I might say about this movie because yes, the director of this movie is Steven as the Knight, which is replaced by Guillermo del Toro, which is gonna produce this movie. And for some reason, I wanted to talk about this movie because the story of this movie is this son named Jake Pentecost is the father of the Pentecost who sacrificed himself in the first one, and he wanted to join the Jaegers to be like his father. So, and after all that, he really wants to be a Jaeger. He really wants to be a hero, although he's kind of like a dangerous, psychotic, something like that, and everything's in all. So the characters, there's some introducing new characters, and Rico is in it, and of course, no, the main character of the specific Rim is not gonna be in the sequel. So sorry for that if you're a big fan. So you could still watch it because it focuses on Pentecost. Why not? So I have no words about this movie because this movie is kind of like boring for me. Because let me explain for all of this. Okay, this will include spoilers in this movie. If you guys don't watch it, don't watch it. And if you think it's fine or cool or awesome, that's fine for me. Because I'm gonna spoil this movie for some reason. But let me start with some excuses and problems in this movie. Let me go with the positive movies in this movie. The positives is the cast of John Boyega is trying his best to fit well in the character. He's the good character, to be honest, like comedy and something and personality, because he was like Finn from The Last Jedi. And the action scenes are good, and the CGI is good in my opinion. But the rest, I'm gonna explain the negative things right now. The story in this movie doesn't even make any sense at all, because one of the reasons is just casual and same story all over again for some reasons, and and all of these are not gonna explain for everything what I think it's boring, because all about this movie doesn't even make any sense. The score in this movie is cringe. Like the first score, the first act of the score, where Jake just met Amira, the score is kind of like cringe. Although the rest of the scores are just like good and okay for some reasons, and like the cast and the characters doesn't even fit well except for John Boyega and Scott Eastwood, because there's only two known actors that I know. But for some reasons, all those Pentecost missions for, attacking Jaegers or something. Do you know this is kind of reminds me like this is kind of reminds me like a very very idiotic, boring movie. Because here's what this thing, what I hate about modern movies and comic book movies and anticipated movies, like every origin character's parents died. Not gonna lie. Every characters who had origin story, the parents die. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. You want to see the proof? Batman, Bruce Wayne's parents die. Spider-Man, Uncle Ben died. What else can I explain more? Oh yeah, Thor, the parents died. And not only than that, because for some reasons they're all died, like related to siblings, related to the family. We all know that is sad for family. But for this, yes, I'm gonna tell you who parents died, like Amira, cause it's like the all origin family that's same emotional all over again, because this movie wants to be like emotional. Think of something more like friend to friend or mother to mother. It's not that even emotional. I know it's emotional to our families, like death over the movie, but I wanted to see them more serious and more acting, because all of the characters doesn't even have any feelings in this. The first act is okay, the second act is kind of like a bit cringe, and the third act is okay. But one of the reasons why I didn't even like this, because all of those death characters and a stupid plot twist. A stupid plot twist. And warning, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, who knew was gonna be the villain. Besides the kaiju big monster thing, the villain of this movie is actually Charlie Day, which is Newton. And no, not the professor one, because why not make a villain of Newton? Because he's kind of like an evil thing and something like that. Guys, I can't even take it anymore because this movie has forgotten like scenes and acting and dialogues. The script is unfinished. The script is unfinished, guys. I mean, like, whose idea to put this lazy script into this movie? Whoever writes all of this? And besides that, guys, in the end of this movie, about what I feel for this movie, I felt disappointed because some of the action scenes are pretty cool, but depends on the story and the characters. They did not fit well, except for Jake Pentecost, which is played by John Boyega. Of course, I loved him as from The Last Jedi and Force Awakens, but unfortunately, this movie doesn't even fit well. Depends on CGI, depends on the characters, depends on the actors. It didn't fit well, especially for these new characters, except for Jake. I'm going to give Pacific Rim Uprising a 4 out of 10. Thank you guys very much for my 220 subscribers. I hope that I can reach more subscribers in the future. And next week I'm going to see more movies. I'm going to promise I'm going to make more reviews than you think. I think I'm going to review the old movies. I'm going to review the Netflix shows. I'm going to review most of the Netflix movie in this week. And also next week there's going to be a movie called Ready Player One, which is, I hope, is way better than Pacific Rim Uprising. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Fantastic Guys Heaven, CMGuy5 on Twitter, Google Plus CMGuy, and Stardust CMGuy with no space. So I'll see you guys later.